okay. After the tackle, Messi, the ball, pressure by Castaño. Good ball through for Luis Diaz. It's a good opportunity. Luis Diaz one-on-one with Romero. Luis Diaz, still Diaz, blimey, goal for Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up. This is one of the best goals of the year. Extraordinary exhibition of class, of talents by the number 7 Luis Diaz. What a tribute in the land of Diego Maradona. Absolutely masterclass by the number 7. What?
Stream free on S.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen, every day of the weekday.
Hush not, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you.
All right, guys. Yes, it's FIFA World Cup. FIFA, just as the clubs have started announcing their squads for the FIFA 2025 Club World Cup that will be holding right there in the United States of America, and also some clubs deciding, to hand out some maybe obvious or surprise exclusions, and it's also been confirmed as well that for Jack Grealish, the ones after. I don't want to actually say something that would actually, go wrong, that I would have to eat or take back my word talking about Jack Grealish. But then, of course, Jack Grealish has officially been excluded, or should I say the official squad ahead of the FIFA Club World Cup ahead of the 15th of June. Kickoff is going to be on Saturday. Apart from that as well, for Manchester Tijani Rangers, and then talking about Algeria's left back, Ryan Ait-Nouri. And apart from that, we'll also talk about the NBA Game 3 of the best of 7 finals is going to be between the Oklahoma City Thunders as well as Indiana Pacers. We have a basketballer in the house talking about Taiwo, and they would also give him a chance to talk about that. Yesterday, the English national team lost on African side for the first time in 22 attempts. And then, a lot of people would also talk about the fact that yesterday's game was one that was pretty much expected due to the fact that it was a much changed lineup for Thomas Tuchel. And the most important question, or the question that fans of the England national team will perhaps be asking Thomas Tuchel is, will this team be ready ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup that will be going down or will be hosted by Mexico, USA, as well as Canada? Welcome to the music edition of Sports Cruise Live from 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Adetoma Banjolo. I'm going to force you know as well that exactly is what he's doing at this point in time. But let's also get to hear from him. Okwemi, good evening to you. Nice to have you back in the studio after a long time out.
Time out to where? That is very long time.
Unlike the usual 4 to 5:30.
Yeah. It's exactly 1 year to the FIFA World Cup today. Of course, remember, it's going to be the tripartite World Cup between Mexico, Canada, and the United States, because we've actually not been able to secure qualification. Let me run you through the country. Let me run you through the countries that have actually been able to do that. But let's see how it goes.
Likes of Japan,
Brazil,
Argentina. I think Colombia also close to qualifying as well.
Azerbaijan,
New Zealand is also there.
3-year deal with Galatasaray.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, he's been included in Bayern Munich's squad for the Club World Cup.
He would include himself now. At least, what's his name?
Who's that?
Jobe Bellingham also been included in
Borussia Dortmund.
What I could say about his career, but his time at Bayern didn't go exactly as he would expect. There were fallouts with a couple of first team players and all of that. He was at some point, not allowed to train with the senior team. We even thought he was going to leave at the end of life.
Maybe the replacement for Victor Osimhen.
I don't think so. I just have a feeling that Osimhen could start to stay in Turkey. By the way, they have Champions League football already announced to sign Ḻɪsᴛ, but all things being equal,
Ḻɪsᴛ is finished.
finished?
Yeah.
Do you say player is finished?
Yeah, he's finished.
I don't think so. I
think he's gone past his prime. He's over 30.
No, I don't. Just over 30.
He's over 30.
I think a lot of guys need to now start putting it in context. Ronaldo has defied the odds of age in football. I mean, he's over 40 or he's 40.
He's 40.
And then he's still scoring at the quarterfinal, at the semi-final.
Ronaldo is not √iᴛ.
No,
√iᴛ is not as hardworking as Ronaldo.
you can't put on the table
And we compare.
ɭɪsᴜ had always had his issues, quite temperamental. His emotions sometimes can be up and down.
Even from Manchester City.
Even while he was at Manchester City, you understand what I'm saying? So, but it's a good signing for him to go to Galatasaray. But for Jack Grealish, Yoruba used to say that thing about ⴜ that means if you use money by breeze, the breeze supposed to blow you. £100 million.
Gone down the drain.
It's a career you need to check and ask yourself. It was an idol at Villa Park.
He used to be the next after bread and butter.
Exactly, but he came to Manchester City. Yes, you can look at the cabinet and say there's Champions League, there's Premier League, but how big are his roles in those competitions that Man City actually won? I mean, you play a whole season and you went almost 14 months without scoring a single goal. Oliveira should help him and leave the goal. So I think it's clear now that his time at the Etihad Stadium is over and new players are coming through already. Man City have already signed 6 players from January till here.
Yeah.
And so it's clear that under Pep Guardiola, his door is closed.
Yeah,
for him to have been dropped from the CWC.
Even at the end of the season, Pep Guardiola had to.
No, maybe if Thomas Frank goes to Tottenham Hotspur, you may want to get the best out of him. I think it's a kind of player that can thrive under Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
But I'm also having a feeling that Thomas Frank will go back to Brentford. Maybe out of respect, not take too much. He will certainly rate Brentford.
Definitely.
I mean, maybe Wiza, Brian Mbeumo, and maybe a couple of those players as well. So I don't know if, like I said, out of respect, he may not want to weaken his side, but you also want to work with players. But for Jack Grealish, like I said, I think his time at City is done, dusted. He's had a pretty illustrious career. If you look at the cabinet, maybe in terms of numbers that he raked up, he's not up there.
Yeah, but in terms of trophy,
so he's got quite a lot he's obviously one of the most decorated players in English football. Yeah. So I think that,
but not accomplished.
Accomplishment is relative.
It's relative.
What's an accomplishment for you it might not be for someone. For somebody like Pinto, Barcelona goalkeeper, he got the replica trophy. He was part of it, so it's pretty relative. Yeah. But I don't know if you can rediscover his form. He's had his own bad patch even before Man City's bad patch started.
Yeah.
So you can't attach his patch to Man City's problem.
You can't put it together.
You can't go on like that. So probably
players who wish to freeze their eggs will now be protected. Their rankings will now be protected. But before then, let's quickly go. That's exciting news now. Let's quickly go for a break and get to pay some bills. When we come back, we'll talk about all of that and then we'll see where we go from there. We'll be right back.
3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
This is Nigeria, where every new day brings a fresh chance to dream bigger, push harder, and live confidently. But true confidence is more than hope. It's knowing that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, you're protected, empowered, and ready for the journey ahead. At Cʀᴜɪsᴜ, we believe confidence isn't just for a few, it's the right of everyone. That's why we have come together, uniting the strength of a Pan-African giant and a global leader to give you the financial protection and solutions you need to succeed. Because when we come together, we protect more, we achieve more, and we all rise together. Cʴ�ᴜɪsᴜ is now Cʴ�ᴜɪsᴜ. Cʴ�ᴜɪsᴜ. Live with confidence.
Yes, who is there?
Grandpa, it's me.
Oh, my child, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. Grandpa, can I have Milko-Sweet?
I have only one here, and I'll take it after my meal. Check with your dad.
Grandpa, give me.
What's the problem?
Grandpa refused to give me Milko-Sweet. Daddy, can I have money to buy Milko-Sweet, please?
That's Grandpa's usual habit of hiding one in his pocket and showing you another one.
Okay, now, my child, here is Milkos. Have it.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Grandpa.
This is the same way I used to play with your father in those days.
I love you, Milkos.
Milko-Sweet, proudly Nigerian.
For every Nigerian man, woman, pikin, and the future wey we dey hustle for, two strong names don finally jam. Na confidence bind us together. Dis na Naija wey everyday dey show you say better fit happen. As you dey hustle, dey push, and dey try to make life better, you suppose waka with strong mind. But make we yarn as e be, confidence pass hope. E mean say no matter your waka, no matter who you be, you get who dey your back. Dem go stand for your matter, hold ground, make you no fall. Sanlam Alliance sabi say confidence no be for only people wey get levels. E belong to everybody wey dey try. Na why we join hand. Two strong bodies don turn one heartbeat to give you the main protection wey go follow you for this life journey. Whether na for business, family, or for your daily bread, we dey your side. As we don jam, we go fit protect you pass before. Dey do more together and dey carry each other dey go front. Sanlam plus Alliance don be one name. Sanlam Alliance. Make una waka your life with confidence.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don come again oh. This one wey your body hot so, you don do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don dey kampe.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Did you know you can post your job vacancies on JobberMan for free?
Free? Really?
Yes! Through the Young Nigeria Works initiative, in partnership with JobberMan and the MasterCard Foundation, you can list jobs at zero cost.
And reach over 3 million job seekers?
Absolutely! Plus, you get smart tools to manage applicants and boost your brand.
Visit www.jobberman.com/employer/free-listing to post jobs for free today.
Hire right with JobberMan.
Ta ló wà ńbẹ̀ o?
Bàbá àgbà èmi ni.
Ọmọ mi, bó o ní nǹkan?
Dáadáa ni bàbá àgbà ẹ fún mi ní Milko-Sweet.
Ẹyọ kan péré náà ní sí à ń bẹ lọ́ọ̀ tèmi. Mo sì fẹ́ láti ń bá jẹun tán ni. Lọ́ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá rẹ̀ yóò fún nìkan.
Ó bàbá àgbà ẹ fún mi jọ.
Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀?
Bàbá àgbà wọn ò fẹ́ fún mi ní Milko-Sweet.
Bàbá mi ṣẹlẹ̀ fún mi lówó kí n fi ra Milko-Sweet.
Wo bí bàbá àgbà ṣe máa ń fi nǹkan pamọ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà nìyẹn.
Má dá lóhùn ọjà ìgbà ń tiẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣé bàbá àgbà.
Wo bí mo ṣe máa ń bá bàbá rẹ náà ṣeré ńgbà kékeré nù.
Milko-Sweet láti iléeṣẹ́ Sweetco Foods Limited ó ti wà tipẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà táwọn èèyàn sì fẹ́ràn láti máa là.
Milko-Sweet mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀.
Milko-Sweet ohun àmúyangàn orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. with...
Alright guys, welcome back to the show. This is still Sport Cruise live from 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Over the morning, we had Carlo Ancelotti getting his first win as the Brazilian national team manager after Brazil defeated Paraguay 1-0 to all but seal their spot at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And then we had the assist from new Manchester Junior. And over this morning still as well, we had Colombia up against Argentina, ending in a 1-1 draw, with Chelsea's midfielder Enzo Fernandez also getting a red card in that particular. But before we also talk about all of that, let's quickly talk about some transfer stories as it stands. Yesterday we had Florian Wirtz being the deal with Liverpool as well as the Bayer Leverkusen. The deal was all but confirmed yesterday. We had a transfer guru talking about Fabrizio Romano coming out to say, here we go, and then the deal will definitely go to Bochum. Let's also quickly talk about this for the next 5 to 6 minutes. Florian Wirtz to Liverpool last season. He played 45 games. I think he also contributed about 15 goals as well as 14 assists. I mean, does this transfer bode well for Liverpool, considering the fact that Liverpool are not known to sign players with huge transfer deals? Okay.
I don't know what Liverpool are looking for, but I'm sure they've seen it in the player. My own problem is this. If you think Victor Osimhen is asking for too much, and you've gone to sign Florian Wirtz for 150 million pounds, and let me give you his numbers, as against Ryan Cherki that Manchester City signed. For Cherki, he played 44 games, 12 goals and 20 assists, and it was bought for 36 million pounds. For Florian Wirtz, he played 45 games, 16 goals, and 15 assists. But he played more minutes than Ryan Cherki. Cherki had 3 hours and 97 minutes, and Florian Wirtz has 3 hours and 329 minutes. So you look at it, just one game more than Ryan Cherki, and that's 44 to 45. Cherki had 12 goals. Florian Wirtz has 16 goals. But Cherki has 20 assists, and Florian has 15 assists. So, like I said, I don't know what Liverpool are looking for, but it's very clear that Ancelotti wants to own his own team. He was lucky enough to inherit a team that was handed over to him by one of the most overhyped managers. We all have our biases when we want to rate managers, but I mean, he shows that he wants to own his own team. He's already brought in Frimpong from the same Bayer Leverkusen for some decent amount of money, and of course now he's gone back to the same Bayer Leverkusen to bring in arguably the best player in the last 2 seasons, Florian Wirtz, and as a German international, he still scored in Germany's semi-final defeat against Spain. I don't know, the biggest player ever sold out of the German Bundesliga. I think so. I think it was against Portugal. Because it was Spain against France. Yes, it was against Portugal. Yeah, right. It was Germany versus Portugal in the semi-final. Exactly. So I think at this point, it's going to be a big one for him, though. A lot of pressure. He's still young. And it's proving his worth that he can command a massive transfer deal. But £150 million this is the most expensive signing in history of world football. No, it's not going to be. Who? 200 million pounds. Oh, PSG. English football. English football. Because he definitely beats the fee Chelsea pay for Enzo out of the German Bundesliga. He's the most expensive player ever bought into the English Premier League. So as we speak, he's the most expensive player in the English Premier League. His weekly wages is £450,000. Just a bit short of what Haaland earns at Man City. That's 500. After signing his 9-year deal, about to come in and hit the ground running. I'm not going to buy you £150 million. And I'll put you on the bench. Boy. You will play back and front. I will use you like rainwater. So my own issue now is this. For the people saying Victor Osimhen is selfish for asking for a certain amount of money, let me break it down to you. Osimhen at some point was the best player in the continent of Africa. When Osimhen was bought from Lille during COVID, it was a gas, right? Even helping them to win their first title in 30 years. First title in 33 years. He was the highest goal scorer in that season. He was also voted into the league Serie team of the season. He left there, he went to Turkey under the most bizarre circumstances. After 1 week and 4 days. With all of the drama around the transfer from Chelsea to Saudi Arabia, everything. Out of nowhere, he went to Galatasaray. and then he didn't play the first 6 games or so of the season. Then he ended up being the highest goal scorer in the Turkish league, because the Turkish league is the top 10.
Yeah,
right.
Obviously.
So why are you now trying to? And in both leagues that he has won, he has emerged as the highest goal scorer.
Obviously.
He has emerged as the best player, best striker in those leagues. He has emerged. He has made
as
the team of the season.
Attack.
Is in fact the draw that delivered the league title for them in Napoli. It was one that scored the equalizing goal.
Yeah, exactly.
That 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
So he also moved to the Turkish league. One would expect that the Turkish league, it take time for him to settle. He slotted in effortlessly, and he delivered. Gave them 2 trophies. And at the end of the day, you are not telling me that he's too greedy for asking for the one with Xabi Alonso that they couldn't even defend. You are telling me that Flores at 20
stereotype with Victor Osimhen being a Nigerian player, because the media out there, people out there expect that a German player will definitely cost more than a Nigerian player. Do you think?
It's not as impactful.
But people would also argue that a particular Alexander Isak should cost more than Victor Osimhen.
Baba,
why?
Let me take you back to where this conversation started. You said something. You said it is the nature of the transfer window. And I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
If you think Sesko, is worth 70 million pounds, right? If you think Ekitike, or what's that one's name?
Ekitike, yeah.
Is Ekitike will be like, first off, Newcastle are richer than all the 19 Premier League clubs combined.
Yeah.
So the last thing you can use to lure their best player is
money, because they'll give the player times 5.
The player. Secondly, they've qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah.
They won the Carabao Cup. So there's nothing you can use to lure any Newcastle player except the ones that wants to leave.
That wants to leave, exactly.
So if you're offering Ishak 150 million pounds, Newcastle will say, yeah, give him 200 million pounds. Like I said, the entire 19 clubs in the Premier League that combined, they're not getting Newcastle money now because of the world, the sovereign
Saudi fund,
Saudi pool they are pulling money from, and they've not even been spending lavishly. They've not been spending anything lavishly.
They haven't.
They went to Athletic Club. Where did they bring Ishak from?
That's
like 4 years ago.
That's Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
And he's proven that he's world class. 16th of June.
Yeah.
So Flores will be the benchmark.
That if Bayer Leverkusen can sell their player for 150, they say they have to pay Club World Cup fee.
So I understand where everybody's coming from, but like I said, this just stick once it's set, right?
Yeah.
And now, maybe the only thing unique is that he will come back and still replicate his form with Frimpong in Liverpool. Because they always play
the connection, the same line
from 2 to 7. That's the only thing I can see that is logical in this transfer.
At least he has Frimpong to help him say that by December, Mo Salah would also be traveling to play the AFCON in Morocco.
AFCON is not 1 year now.
But at least for
AFCON
a month.
Is 26 days.
But you know the title can be decided in a month.
Are you telling me that Liverpool will bench £150 million player?
No.
£450,000 per week. They will not bench him. So as I said, I've not known Liverpool to be so frugal when it comes to spending. So I'm trying to understand where this deal of £150 million is coming from. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So Bayer Leverkusen saw that Liverpool are desperate. They want this guy. Liverpool 150.
With add-ons.
Put all the squad of Bayer Leverkusen now. They are not, including Ʌ̈ᴜᴜ, their new manager. They are not worth £150 million.
Let's leave Florent.
So now that they've signed him now, by the time the transfer window
will now reopen
on the 16th,
which is on Monday,
going to be the standard. So I pity the clubs that couldn't sign
players
before yesterday when transfer window closed, because RB Leipzig could be like, wait a minute.
Hold up. There is Xavi Simons as well.
Saudi money. Or let him go straight to Saudi
Arabia.
For Benjamin
because
Sesko.
The club really do not care.
So Sporting will be like, wait a minute.
Victor Gyökeres
has 54 goals last season.
And
if a player that has 14 goals can command £150 million. and Leverkusen didn't win the league last season.
Yeah.
Gyökeres won the league in Portugal.
The Portuguese league.
So you'll be like, wait a minute. This guy cannot go for less. It's going to be a record. It's a record transfer sales for Newcastle.
Exactly.
So it's a football had gone crazy now. But £150 million, like I said, if this was Man City, you would know that Man City knows how to throw money around. His name, this Ukrainian guy.
Ukrainian. I'm trying to remember his name.
On doping investigation at Chelsea.
What's his name now?
I even get to forget his name.
Mudryk.
Mudryk. If you could sign him for that amount of money. So why can't you sign Victor Gyokeres for 150 million pounds?
Or maybe more than that.
Arsenal.
Let's talk about
Victor Osimhen cannot. Thank God he's not going to Saudi Arabia now.
I think Victor Osimhen has not even made any. Well, he has not even won the Champions League.
Sure, you know.
He has not won the Champions League, Okwemi.
Ha!
Yes.
But you had a striker that was playing in China, and he was the highest goal scorer at the Nations Cup in 22.
Nah, that's different. Wait. So there were differences. Victor Osimhen is just 26. You don't expect a certain Victor Osimhen that yet to win anything to now go to Saudi Arabia. What is he going to do there?
He's yet to win anything.
Has he won Champions League?
So the Champions League is everything.
Okwemi, okay, for a player that's only won the Scudetto, the Turkish Cup, as well as the Turkish League, that's maybe 3 major trophies, and then you expect him to now go to Saudi Arabia. What is he going to do there?
See, my own is just that. Thank God he's not going to Saudi Arabia. Although I will have praise singers, they will see something to hold on to. So my own is just that. Now the agent of Victor Osimhen will be like, okay. Now we have a bargaining chip.
Yeah, exactly.
We have arguably the hottest striker in world football at the moment. Maybe top 3 in world football at the moment.
Yeah.
So if this guy that does not even score half of Victor Osimhen's goals can command this amount, then Victor Osimhen should not go to anywhere less than 100 million pounds.
But what's it now? His market value has now been dropped by Napoli. I think it says around 60 to 70 million pounds.
That is what Napoli is asking for as the clause.
That's what they're asking for.
Yes.
And wage would exactly for the player.
I can't collect nothing less than 450,000 pounds every week. Or
maybe 500.
Yes, personal terms will be negotiated by me.
By the agent. Yeah.
So whatever Napoli gets from you is you and Napoli's problem. But me, I cannot get less than 400,000 pounds from you. Whatever club is signing. And Arsenal cannot pay any player 400,000 pounds.
No, obviously they can't.
Arsenal will end up with Darwin Núñez and Garnacho. You will see. You don't like hearing the truth. They will end up collecting Darwin Núñez on loan from Liverpool. Because Liverpool will still go to the market and still bring in more players.
Yeah, exactly.
And the more players
they are willing to let Darwin Núñez even leave.
Darwin Núñez will come to Arsenal on loan. And Garnacho.
I don't think that will happen. Let's talk. Should we play it for the listeners? Let them hear it.
His name is Tijani.
No, a lot of people say Tijani. I started calling him Tijani.
No, you are the one calling him Tijani. I knew that once Man City unveils,
they're going to confirm
they will do that. They'll tell him to pronounce his name. That's what the team does.
Yeah.
And I heard his name that is Tijani.
Tijani, named after Ajax Tijani Babangida.
Former Ajax and Nigerian winger.
Yeah.
Tijani Babangida. The father, his name is Tijani. I don't know why people are attending. You are doing tongue twister on someone else's name. Exactly. The owner of the song, the owner of the name said, my name is Tijani. People are saying it's Tijani.
So let's talk about him. 46 goals last season, 46 appearances, 16 goals as well as 4 assists. And a lot of people have also seen him as the new AK Gundogan. Do you think he fits that mode, and where exactly do you think Pep Guardiola will be making use of him in that Manchester City's midfield?
Because he's a like replacement for Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay.
There are no two ways about it. It's a like that. Some of these players will have only 2 weeks to rest. Right? Yeah. So it's as simple as that. I won't be surprised if Jack Grealish remains at City, and then Jack Grealish will be the squad that will start the Premier League. Because all of these guys that are going for CWC now, it's so crazy that some of them feel okay. Imagine Portugal, for instance. Nuno Mendes won the Champions League. A week later, he won the Nations League.
He's
going to see the club World Cup again. When he comes back again, there's only no time for vacation. 2 weeks of rest, the league will return. So clubs are expanding their team base so that players don't burn out as quick as possible.
I love time.
Do you understand? So I understand where Pep is coming in from. But maybe the guys are quite expensive for just simply Jack Grealish. Then you know that money no matter.
Yeah.
No be by
100 million pounds.
What you carry come. Now value
and
when you bring.
City also have the money.
So no one that exactly paid attention to until when his name popped up on the transfer radar. So I want to watch his videos with AC Milan. In a struggling AC Milan side, it was the shining star.
Yeah,
it was the shining star.
He was instrumental in AC Milan's run even in the Champions League last season. Despite the assists though.
Did you say just
for assists?
He has goals.
If you say he's the like for like replacement for Kevin De Bruyne, for assists is it's not a typical.
Like for like does not meet in their roles.
That's true.
That's the truth.
Except
every player will be flex, except you are Jack Grealish. Every player will be flexible. Except you are Jeremy Doku. The man that runs faster than but you always remind me of Cʀᴜɪsᴇ. Every time I see him play, the only difference is that Cʀᴜɪsᴇ does not have Dada and Jeremy Doku has Dada. But sometimes I look and I'm like, what exactly does this guy bring to this Man City side? So, Cʀᴜᴜ is a like-for-like replacement. The goals will come. That balance, that fluidity in the middle of the park for Man City, it will certainly be a good one for them. And I really hope that Fʀᴏᴜᴜ rediscovers his form from the previous season, because that is the worst
ever
PFA
season
I've ever seen. I've never seen a player,
or maybe even Napoli starting defense.
A player have a contrasting season so quick. Like he was the superstar.
He was off the ball.
In that crazy season for Man City. And then the following season,
it was nowhere to be found.
He was barely struggling to get shot on goals.
So, anyways, guys, of course, you can join the conversation on 36,410 We are currently streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube platforms. Main Nigeria on Radio Guardian platform. I just search for us at Main 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Let's also talk about some tennis stories now. It's also been confirmed that the WTA have now said that female players would get ranking protections after freezing their eggs. The offer is open. The offer is open to any player ranked in the world's top 750 who spends more than 10 weeks out of the competition. The 2017 who also won 8 WTA tournaments told journalists that she had twice previously used the off season to freeze her. Okay, do you think this is actually a good one? Because we've seen a lot of players in the past, the likes of Serena Williams, even former US Open champion, Naomi Osaka. The fact that they had to go on a break, rankings will be protected by the WTA. So do you think this is a step in the right direction?
Yes, because it's always been a disadvantage. I remember that. There was a rule also in WSL last season as regards the
female players.
The menstrual cycle of the female players and wearing white shirt and
white shirt. Even with at the Euros.
Even at the Euros as well. So I mean, these are the exceptions that comes with the other side of the sport.
Of the other side.
So people are wondering, if I take sabbatical to raise a family because I'm not actively involved in slams or into the ATP tournament. So I like what they've done. It's basically just telling the female athletes that you are protected
and we are thinking about you.
Is a solid way for them. So I wouldn't bother myself thinking that so because I'm going on leave, I'll
now drop to like 30 or 40.
If you'd like. Fry your egg or bank your egg, anything you choose to do with it, it doesn't affect your rank. And that's always been the major fears for some of the female athletes, that they feel like there's a disadvantage on them. And it's very clear, whether you like it or not. A Zambian player is the most expensive women footballer in the world. The record for the most expensive signing used to be 600,000 euros.
And she wasn't bought by Chelsea.
Most expensive signing used to be 600,000 euros.
Because they are also concerned about that.
It can affect their performance. Things are getting bigger. All Arsenal's 11 league games, WSL games at home next season will be played at the Emirates Stadium. Because for whatever reason, Arsenal have been able to act the followership base of women's football. In the North London derby last season against Tottenham Hotspur, they had 60,423 round of 16 if they qualify. All their games all the way to the final will be played at the Emirates Stadium. But all their 11 Premier League WSL games will be played at the Emirates Stadium. So football is getting a face.
It's getting bigger.
We saw the last Euros. 46,000 fans, 29,000 fans, 62,000 fans. The final of the Euros between England and Holland at the Wembley has the highest single football attendance over 80,000.
Yes, exactly.
Not even the English
Even more than the final of the Euros 2021. Yeah, 2021. Again, that was between Italy and England.
Yeah. They lost on penalties. The three Lions couldn't even pull the numbers and the Lions pulled in the final of the Euros, and they ended up winning it. So women football is evolving, and every part of the sport should also evolve, including the welfare of the female. Female is still going to remain. The only clause is that when you come back, you're not going to get entry into the slums.
Into the slums, yeah.
You have to play the ATP tournament
also get about.
The ATP 1000, the ATP 5. No wild card entry anymore for you, but you are protected in your ranking,
which is also a good one.
Solid.
It's not in the right direction, just like Okoyemi said. But then, of course, let's also quickly talk about the NBA.
You want to freeze the egg too? I don't know.
You want to freeze your own. Let's talk about the NBA very quickly for the NBA to see us later tomorrow morning, or later tonight in the United States of America for those in the United States of America, and then later tomorrow morning by 1:30 a.m. It's going to be game 3 of the NBA Finals, and it's also going to be against the Indiana Pacers up against Oklahoma. I'll throw into the conversation as well ahead of the game tomorrow. Where do you see the pendulum swinging very quickly?
That's going to be tough because I just did my research this afternoon, and I saw that the Tᴏᴜᴛ, he has made at least 673 assists in this season.
Exactly.
He has made assists more than SGA.
So in game 1 as well of the NBA Finals, I think around 0.3 seconds before the end of the game, we had Oklahoma City Thunder just sneaking down in the board and winning that particular. And in the second game as well, the Pacers, all thanks to what's his name now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, helping them to win that one, and even breaking
148 and 4.
1,048 and 4 exactly. Where exactly do you think this game will be won and lost?
This game will be won. Game 3 will be won by the Pelicans at their house.
Yeah.
Because Tᴏᴜᴛ is a player that is going home. It's his house. He's free. He's free. His fans are shouting on him. He won the first game in the Thunder's house.
Yeah.
So it means he's going to win this game in their house because he has.
Well, things don't work that way, by the way. Things don't work that way.
But things will work in the Tᴏᴜᴛ way.
He's talking like that.
No, things will work in the Tᴏᴜᴛ way.
Things don't work that way, bro.
But things will work that way according to him.
Okay, let's see how
he's pretty confident though.
Yeah, I think he is. Let's just see how all of that would also unfold. But then let's also get to pick some calls around 36,410 around 36,410. You can also send your messages as well to us via text message around 36,410 via WhatsApp line as around 36,430. Let's go to pick some calls. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
My name is Rufus calling from Shasha.
You're welcome, Mr. Rufus.
Baba,
I deal with you.
This Osimhen issue. We should go about Osimhen. We sell 4 players, buy 2. Buy Bremo and Osimhen. Or sell forget you. What do they call it? Garnacho.
But you see have Oilo now. You have Zexi.
I'm telling you,
your Zexi was pictured.
It was pronouncing.
It was pictured with
Zexi. Yes, we are going to sell for buy 2. You guys are doing a great job.
Last season with Man U.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's get some more calls. Zena 36,004. Your work position.
Everything. No Europa, no Champions League.
Abio.
Look at today. They can boast on Champions League. Look, if any players who never won Champions League or Europa, league or at least Conference League is nowhere to be found or in his record. No matter what one of his stamina. So yeah, struggle. Osimhen go to Saudi Arabia now. Don't waste money. Money is not everything. His record matter most. Stamina. To play for Chelsea. Stamina. I think Napoli is the problem. So even I wonder what Napoli did to Chelsea. Now Lukaku. They are canceling their agreement, honestly. They want to buy players, they want to make so cheap for player like Okoye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I don't think I also agree with him. I said that whoever does not win the Champions League or the UEFA Europa League would not be found in the issue. I don't think I agree with that, to be honest, because you win a laurel, you are part of history. To be honest, you win a laurel, you win a medal, you win a title either in the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, German Bundesliga. Even
has nothing to prove to anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't. Obviously, but he still needs to win. He still needs to win something.
Whatever it is that Osimhen pulls up on is because he's Victor Osimhen, not because you people set expectations for him. If he chooses to come and play the Nigerian Premier Football League, he has the right to do whatever he does.
He's even in Lagos. I saw a video. Pardon. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Michael.
You're welcome, Mr. Michael.
I do see.
It's with you.
I can see that you are really funny. See, I don't know what that man. That man don't die.
Which scouts with us? Which scouts?
I don't know the scout. Okay, have you checked Rasmus record before he moves to Manchester United? That's like how many goals did I have? 1-5.
Thank you so much.
Want to compare Victor Osimhen with Nicolas Jackson of Chelsea?
Well, they can be compared. They are both strikers. Show.
Hello, good evening.
How far, Uche?
I did fine. I'll say now, deeply.
Magafa.
Okay, why they allow Liverpool to spend their money now? Are you the one that are going to pay them how to spend the money?
You not reach my side though. I just talk my own. Uche, not verse.
Allow even the like when I stand and 200 million euros. Now the personal problem. The guy will really struggle for Liverpool. Forget the amount they find the guy.
Bad belle, Uche, bad belle.
People will not read they go increase the price. Hello?
Yeah, you're welcome. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Agbatomi.
You're welcome.
Yeah, hopefully I greet you.
Maoga.
Well done. This is Alayewaju.
You're welcome.
Quick one is yesterday, you called the number. You said I said my number and name. The Rosella things now, but I didn't get the number right.
What is your name?
Alayewaju.
Did you send your number?
No, that's what I'm saying. He said you called the particular number.
Of our text message 0913-6410. Yeah, before we also read them, let's see if we can pick one or two more calls. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, please, confidence. Please, I beg you, but my manager has been off, so I just told him that, please, can you give me a update on this as well? I don't want my manager.
He said he needs an update on Arsenal strike.
And he's the one in Ukraine.
Arsenal.
Benin Arsenal. You know the way they collected Raheem Sterling last season? That's how they collect Darwin and Garnacho.
Arsenal never signed striker confidence. Let's pick some more calls in on 36,000 Okay, we have messages as well on WhatsApp. Okay, and more calls are still coming through. Good evening, you're welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's the name we're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel.
You're welcome.
Calling for Jonathan right now.
You're welcome.
See, I just want to refer on this Osimhen issue. I don't know. So people, they don't know that there is life after football. I don't understand what else Osimhen wants to prove as a professional sport if God wants it to be so. But I don't know what people are saying. He needs to win the Champions League. Which club he won't go? Bro, this guy needs money for crying out loud. If I was to be his brother, we're not going to talk by now. For real. I am telling you.
Thank you so much. Bob says, good evening. Good evening, guys. I feel like coming to that studio and give Mr. Akwe a smack for saying my Darwin Arsenal will end up with Garnacho and Darwin. That's too harsh now. A smart guy, man. I am people like they say, hello guys, the question should stop thinking emotions is what used to do transfer business. Clubs knows what they want. If Osimhen does not make right decisions now, it will remain clueless except he settles for Saudi Arabia. No amount of emotional blackmail will make clubs pay what he's asking for. Okay. And Abidemi Oguremi says, well done, guys. Okay, let's see if you can read one more message as well on the WhatsApp. This person says, good evening to you guys in the studio. What a beautiful job you're doing. Victor Osimhen should not make the move to Saudi Arabia because he has a lot to win. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And I can also see Alárinwájú Kazim's message also sending us his number as well as his preferred network. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Okoyemi, very, very quickly before we also go as well, what exactly do you have to say ahead of the Club World Cup starting on Saturday, the World Cup fever?
A big one. It's an expanded format. And we're looking forward to it. Unfortunately, and they said they've sold less than 25,000 tickets for the opening ceremony, which I think is bad. So probably if they had clubs like Arsenal, I mean, this is not banter. You understand that Arsenal, they had a court-like hero space. So if Arsenal had been included in the CWC, I'm sure they would have been able to pull more fans to there. But I think that's the major problem that FIFA is facing. And again, this is more like a trial space for FIFA.
For FIFA, ahead of the World Cup next year.
We're looking forward to a good one.
All right, guys, that's the start of the package. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back as well.